So this says a pathway through intense discovery and so much more. I said, I put that right there intentionally because as this presentation unfolds, you will see why that's right there. You can go to the next one. Okay, I want to take you through some things before we enter the realm of roller skating. Like there's pre-entering into the skating rink and after you enter the skating rink, so keep that in mind. Okay. Air, the body, the wavelength of thought. Actualizing, thought into physicality, infinite potentiality, the law of rhythm, causation, remember this, repetition, remember, transporting the reality of the thought from the realm of vibration to the realm of three-dimensional space-time, physical reality, self-actualization. I was talking with this guy yesterday. He's a bodybuilder, a security guard. He said that most of your movement and behavior is based off of your air. It's air and water. And it kind of clicked in because when I correlated with what he said to how I usually tend to roller skate with my skates on, with the music, just keep these things in mind. So you have potentiality. You see something you want, you identify it as something you want, you realize where you are, you realize where you want to be. And so that's the astral part. Okay, keep that in mind, because this is how you bridge that gap. So you want to learn how to do something like a trick, you want to learn how to skate backwards, you want to learn how to do anything. This is applicable to any area of your life. Okay, and I'm going to add something in here. You're going to hear me say we a lot. We, I am speaking for every skater who has ever put on a pair of roller skates. Every skater who is alive and every skater who will be existing. Okay, so we helped Rasan put this presentation together in a way that you can apply this in all areas of your life, but surrounding the roller skating area, because the physical attributes of your body and how it's able to communicate to you how not to move a certain way so you won't twist the ankle and things along those lines. And this is why we put this right here, because you have to be one. You have to be one with not only who you are, but with who the crowd is, who you're surrounded by, who's surrounding you, because you don't want to run into everybody. They're gonna look at you like, watch where you're going. They're gonna look at you hating in their eyes. And this is why relation comes into play, because there's so much family involved. You can go to the next slide. So when you reach this quieted state, of mind, and you're present within yourself, you may hear your favorite song starting to play. You may hear music that sounds otherworldly. And this correlates to me personally in my own experience. It doesn't matter how noisy the environment is, because there's music playing on the big speaker. If a song comes on that I don't like, I notice my body starts to get out of rhythm with the astral part, where I want to be, how I want to perform. So my soul plays. It sounds airy-fairy, but it's really true. My soul plays like it complements the song that I don't like, making it sound likable. Does this make any sense? And it's like it tunes the song that I don't like out, and it plays like melodies that I can hear and I can skate to. So it looks like I'm liking the song that I don't like, but I don't like the song. I just like the song that my soul is playing over the song that I don't like, so I can continue to skate how I want to skate. Because it's the rhythm thing, it's the style thing, it's the unity thing. It's being connected with the whole of who you are, not being connected with the lack part of you. Because the lack part of you is going to tell you, I can't do this, I can't skate backwards, I'm going to fall. If you think you're going to fall, you're going to fall. Okay, and that's the causation, that's the causality stuff. You can go to the next slide. Bless you. Oh, look, They waving at you. Oh, hey. So you could just feel the art. You can feel the fun. You can feel it feels like freedom. It feels like a place where you got together with friends. It feels like a place you learn new things about culture, about yourself. Because when you are in a group of people who are actually like you, you learn more about yourself than you were, say, if you were in a group of people who aren't like you. You probably don't like yourself if you're in that group. But when you're submerged in something that you really like to do, that you really love to do, you found a way to express yourself. Rashawn speaking from his own experience. He found a way to express himself in a way that allows others to see him how he sees himself. Because growing up, me personally, I've always been like a cool person, but I wasn't always the center of attention. We all want attention. It's not to demonize that fact and not demonize ourselves for wanting to be something that will inspire us to become something better than what we are right now. So me finding something that I really love to do, me finding a place that really resonates, not only with my personal soul, that's kind of a far premise, my soul, I mean, it's kind of like, you're finding so much value in something so simple. And as things unfold, as you continue to venture out on this journey of new discovery of this whole new world that you had no knowledge to before. You can go to the next slide. It kind of, it is.
Just by, out of curiosity, is this a roller rink? It is a roller rink, right? But DJ in the middle?
Well, this is no roller rink I've ever seen in person.
Yeah. So it's not in Chicago?
Who knows? Well, a lot of people know, but not me. I just found the pictures on Google, and it matched up with the style of the presentation.
Cool. Okay.
Oh, speaking of style, so I see a lot of people who have individual style, who's stylists in the skate community. And I want to remind you, the skate community is not full of skaters. A lot of people in the skate community aren't skaters. They're there for the culture. They're there for the experience of the overall feeling of love. Because there's a lot of love there. Because there's a lot of unity there. There's a lot of self-expression there. Like if you go to an art gallery and you see all these beautiful things that just resonates with the deepest depths of your soul. It's kind of like when you're at the skating rink and the DJ is playing your favorite song back to back to back to back, and you just having this cosmic orgasm, and you just allowing that energy that creates worlds to flow through you as rhythm, as flowing, as attractiveness, a sense of self-identity, a sense of I matter. Because ultimately, once you find things that you love to do, like you love to feel good by dressing up, going out with your friends, after you get out of school, going to the skating rink, your favorite skating rink has your favorite meals, your favorite pizza that you personally think is better than any other pizza delivery place. I'm vegan, by the way. I don't eat vegan. You can go to the next slide. Allow your body to allow the life force, energy to guide you through obstacles you may think. You may think you will fall and hit the floor hard, and that causes you to do so. So with that, it's to remind you the power of your thoughts. This is the astral part, okay? This is the part where you close your eyes and you pay no attention to the outside world trying to distract you away from having this quieted mind so that you can hear what your soul is really trying to tell you. Because ultimately, even when you're roller skating, when you have skates on, when you're, Your DJ just got done playing your favorite song. Then he played a song to lower the hype a little bit so you can go get some water, go to the bathroom, you know. Because you're not going to be sitting down if you're playing your favorite song. So, it's to remind you that instead of thinking about what you don't want to happen, or what might happen, what you're afraid of happening, that hasn't even happened yet, but if it does happen, it's because the thought, you have allowed the thought to carry you there, and then it happens. That's either way. You performing a trick, you going skating backwards more than you thought, longer than you thought you could. You're expressing this light. And that's ultimately with anything that you love to do. Anything that you love to do, you're expressing this light. You're expressing who you really are. You're not trying to become anything. You are becoming because you already are. And this is the art of self-expression through roller skating and various other things. Because a lot of different businesses, corporations are incorporated with the skateboard because of the quality of people who are incorporated with the skate culture. Does that make any sense? Does that rank any one scales? It rings on. You can go to the next. And so the thing with music, you know, it's okay not to listen, not to like music that doesn't make you feel good. You don't have to listen to it because everybody else listens to it. That's just, it's common sense, you know. So when you're listening to your favorite song, maybe it's by Willow Smith, or maybe it's by Poolside, you can feel your body wanting to move to the rhythm of the song. So with skates on, it's like you having on shoes with wheels at the bottom, which allows you more self-expression. That's the best one. You can go to the next slide. That was really good. Oh, thank you. Oh, emotional climax. This is a great slide because feel the great beyond reaching out to you through vibration and the feeling of the present moment. And it's gratitude for your self-expression of who you naturally are. Having fun in your uniqueness. That's important. That's so important. When you actually separate yourself, not isolate, but separate yourself from the crowd, and you come into that place of unity and rhythm and core alignment with the wholeness of who you are, everything you want starts to flood into your experience through any way that you like to express yourself. Like for me, it's drawing. I'm going to show you guys some things. I have some drawings in where's my book? And so that ties into music. We really want you to start creating your own forms of music because we all have that innate ability. If you hear a song and you hear a note that could be improved, you can take a sample of that original song, improve the note, originalize it. Is that a word? I'm a bard. I create words like Shakespeare, you know. And so that's the repetition thing. So like you see someone who inspires you to do that same rhythm of motion and how they effectively displayed that trick and that transition from that trick to that trick. It's like a mentorship. A lot of people are there guiding you, not directly, but just there through their presence. They're guiding you through your asking, through your identification of what you want, who you want to become. You see other people who are the answer to your asking, and you see these people, and they just inspire you to not be like them, but to be as skilled as they are, to be as top-notch as they are, to be as efficient as they are. And at the same thing that we all love to do. And we all come together and do it uniquely and individually, but we're in sync together. Because we have different skate groups, different communities of roller skaters, people from all over Linwood, Glenwood, South Holland, Chicago. Chicago is one of it is the originator of the best soul music that we skate to. And you can ask any roller skater about that, any JB roller skater about that. This is the home of JB remixes. And that's basically like the heart of roller skating. JB remixes. Maybe I can show you what that sounds like. You can go to the next slide. So I'm also, a DJ, an up and coming DJ. And this picture right here, I was actually at the skating rink over there on 87th and Greenwood. I was invited out. Well, I asked to be there to, DJ for the skate community at that skating rink. I've done that a few times, and it's something about.
Like, so instead of skating, you're in the DJ booth?
Well, not all the time, because I'm
like
out
in
there
this
skating.
particular case?
In that particular case, that's my equipment up there in the DJ booth. And here, this is Linwood skating rink out there at Glenwood Hard Block Road. Okay, this is Linwood skating rink. Now, it is controversially, arguably one of the best skating rinks to go to because of the DJ and his display of music and how he mixes the music and how he brings together everything. Because the music is so important. Without the music, skating becomes redundant, boring, it becomes lifeless. Even if you add the life onto it, the element of music and the DJ, the life, it adds to it. The whole subculture, it adds on to it, and it adds on to it. And it never stops adding on to it because there's always more creation. There are skate producers, I'm becoming one of them, who, okay, this might be controversial to people out there watching the skate community. JB remixes or skate music is arguably, to me, one of the best genres of soul music because of how it just makes you feel. It's how it makes you feel. It's how it makes you feel. Now you can skate to any song can be skate songs to you, but skate songs to us are diverse. I put this picture right here intentionally because for me and my own personal experience, roller skating is so much more deeper than what meets the eye. Because if you see this guy right here, do you recognize him? He looks familiar to me. Oh, I think, okay, wait, that's me. So, I see a guy who's in this quieted mind, who's allowing his soul to express itself through its own individual way of self-expression, creating style, him being united with the whole of who he is. And it happens like that. For other people to reach that place of enlightenment, playing the harp, designing a building, it could be anything. But for a lot of people you wouldn't even expect, roller skating brings them to this place of, there's more to life. And I'm going to discover why. You can go to the next slide. That wrong.
Just a quick time check here. We've got about 12 minutes before we got to do our next presentation, and I know that's going to generate a ton of discussion. So, sufficiently as you can. Take as much time as you need. If we need to, we can circle back after the fonts discussion to really recap on this. But just putting that out there.
Yeah, it's good. So, music is one of the most important things of roller skating. Without the right type of music, people are not going to roller skate. You can go to the next slide. And I was talking about how there's such a wide variety of people all over the world who are interested in this. Well, JB skating is a subculture. The art of roller skating is not underground. It's not black. It's worldwide. And I feel like JB skating is a subculture because, well, it's not really that known how it will be. It's growing. The art of JB skating, which is like stepping, the art of stepping, like you standing still in your body and you're moving to the rhythm of the music with skates on, and you're learning how to balance and stability so you won't fall while trying to look cute. And there's a lot of people, but then I discovered who are so interested in skating, and it's inspiring to see so many people who love to do what you love to do. It just makes you want to go to the next slide. And there's this feeling of euphoria once you come into that place of like, okay, this is where I want to be. Nobody's telling me to be here. Nobody's forcing me to be here. I want to be here. Why? Because I like to feel good. I like to show people that someone like me still exists. Does that make any sense? I like to show people that someone like me still exists. Because me personally, even in the skate community, everybody who loves to do the same thing that I love to do, there's a wide variety and diversity of people. But ultimately, me personally, or Sam personally, he's quite different. He's quite different in the skate community, and for reasons we shall come to. You can go to the next slide. And so when you're doing what you love wholeheartedly with all your heart in it, expressing it, that self-expression, it is priceless. You cannot buy that with money. Oh, we love money, but money can't buy you things that would make the money feel more valuable than it actually is. Does that make any sense? Okay, here I was just saying, like, adding on to the fact that you have the older cats, the older people, a lot of older people, and their grandfathers and their grandfathers and their grandfathers, they all roller skate. They all are incorporated in the roller skating world some way, shape, or fashion. Profoundly in the African American community because of the culture of it. It attracts so many people, predominantly in the African American community. You can't go to the next slide. I want you to see this. I want you to analyze this picture, and I want you to analyze these elements that we've highlighted. And acknowledge the family aspect, acknowledge the unity aspect, acknowledge the revolutionary aspect part, not division, not we're fighting each other for no apparent reason, besides that we have different opinions. About the surface level reality, we have an entire, well, that's a whole nother presentation. Well, I intentionally left out a lot of information about this intentionally so that you can want me to come back and give more presentations. So that element of unity and I like this royalty. You have this sense of like I matter, right? Because when you find something that you love to do and you meet beautiful people who will just welcome you with this loving energy, like you're a part of the family, you go to the next slide. It is truly, it gets you on a high. And I go to the last slide real quick. And I bet you, the last one, the one before it, go back.
Oh, go back. No.
I bet you 5 of these people, go to the next slide. These people are grandchildren or daughters of the latter. Well, that's just a correlation that my mind likes to. And so, I like this because truly, you're meeting so many people who are like-minded, who are headed in the same direction as you, just by you coming to that place, going to that place that inspires you, going into that place that empowers you. You meet other people the same way. You're going in the same direction. They have business ideas. They have business ideas to enhance and enlarging this culture, to expose this culture to the world, and to put more wealth into people's pockets because of the visionary aspect part of the business partners that you come in contact with when you move towards the places that is calling you, that is guiding you. You can go to the next slide. And so this is where I want to take you all. This is the innovation part of it all. You learning how to go back into that quieted mind, because when you go back into that quieted mind, You're receiving details, vivid details of what you've been asking for. What's that piece that's missing? There's a missing piece to this, right? Once you come back into that quieted mind, step back into who you really are, the answer is there for you. And roller skating, the answer would be, okay, don't think that you don't know how to do this trick and that you're trying to learn a trick. Leave yourself behind and execute the trick and learn how to develop, learning how to do that trick. Does that make any sense? You can go to the next slide. Okay, so that guy over there, J.J. Merlin, he was the guy who created the first recorded roller skate. But this guy is the first guy who has patented this type of roller skate. You can see the comparison. This is like more, the wheels can be more, the wheels are more maneuverable because you can like, it's just more maneuverable. You can move side to side. And he like revolutionized the modern version of those roller skates. Roller skating back then is way different from how it is now, because imagine you're 5 minutes or about to be 5 minutes late to your class, which is all the way 2 blocks down 30-some street. Why walk there when you can put on some roller skates and get there in 2 minutes? And that's kind of what that culture was back in the day, like in the 1760s. That was the culture, people running around fast with the roller skates on. It's kind of wild. And I created this quote: an art piece that catches people's eye is a spectacular form of art. Wouldn't you agree?
There's no argument.
Party comes in style. Passion comes with flow. Roller skating is fun enough to willingly go. So even if you're not that inspired to go roller skating, you're gonna eventually go roller skating, because eventually it just calls you. And I've interviewed a lot of people who would say that, like, I had no interest in roller skating, but one time I went just because my family was going, and I was just inspired. And I'm like, it's so interesting, because it's something about that, something about the culture of it that it gives you life. You can go to the next one. Meeting your soul family through something that we all love to participate in, like seeing, I like this, like seeing sky-born rainbows that warms and comforts you in a gloomy paradigm of fear and depression-based reality fed into people through weapons of mass deception. And that's kind of like what that is, finding something that you love to do. Finding something that warms you, finding something that comforts you, finding something that helps you have self-development. That's really important to your evolutionary process of consciousness, as you will soon to see as your life unfolds. You can go to the next slide. Oh, this is important, because if you're not putting the right type of fuel in your body, would you put Coca-Cola in your Ferrari? I'm asking you personally. Would you feed your plants Pepsi? You wouldn't do that. You would feed it water.
Sorry.
Hey, don't apologize.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for apologies. I take cash out.
Yeah.
Put the right food in. This is personal experience. I swear to you, when you actually take that time to cleanse your body full of all of that junk, a lot of water, and you research I'm not saying go hardcore vegan, but to start incorporating more food, or I love smoothies, I love creating smoothies. Implementing more substance in your body that really nurtures your body, so that you can further develop that self-expression in ways that you haven't even thought possible before, taking care of your health. This is important, because only able to speak on this because roller skating pre-health conscious, always sluggish, always tired. I can't really do this shit. Or when I started to take care of my health, drinking a lot more water, cutting a lot of stuff out, eating stuff like this, eating stuff like that, eating less but eating more. Does that make sense? Eating less, but I call this eating less but eating more. Same with that. You're just more energized. you're more inspired. You're more in love with life. You're more in love with who you are. You're more in love with who you are. You're more in love with who others are. Because when you get rid of that separation consciousness and come into that quiet mind, all of this will be revealed to you. It just will.
It kills me to kind of cut you off, but
this is the end.
We hit 4 o'clock. Is it?
Yeah.
Is this the last slide?
This is the last
Oh
one.
man, perfect.
Oh,
Okay.
this is only like a snippet of my art pieces, and then that's me on a high. Allow yourself to move past the boundaries of the mind and discover your true meaning of happiness. But be careful, this journey is not for the weak.
Okay. Oh my god, I've got like 3 pages of notes. Things that are like immediately applicable to this.
Thanks, guys.
That's so good. So you guys, it's going to be painful, but you have to hold your comments. We got to go through this next presentation, give Courtney our feedback, then come back to this one.